How are we, lads?
ProEnzo, Vidz, CJ MOXLEY. Alright, we're just walking in now for the Dragons and the Bulldogs come back. The atmosphere, the crowd is electric!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from the Shire. Welcome to the Rugby League Breakdown Podcast, episode number 84 for your Wednesday night, April 26, 2023. It is currently 7 p.m. New South Wales time here in Australia. Hope you guys are all doing well. And as always, I'm joined by ProEnzo, Vidz, and CJ MOXLEY. Fellas, how are you?
Yeah, bro, going well actually. It's good to have another potty back again tonight, and look, no doubt it's going to be anticipated as a big show, and the game show is going to get even bigger, I think. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yes, how about the game show, me versus CJ tonight?
Yeah,
It's going to be outstanding. And CJ, mate, how are you?
Yeah, I'm well. Big week and a big week ahead. So yeah, I'm doing very well.
I just want to do a quick announcement that so that everybody knows. So next week is NRL Magic Round, as we're all aware. Next week, the Rugby League Breakdown Podcast, episode 85, will be live from my house, but it's not going to be next Wednesday. It's going to be next Thursday night. And joining me in person, the podcast live in person, will be ProEnzo and CJ. We will be live from my house doing the podcast in person. It's going to be fucking awesome.
Oh, I can't wait, bro. I cannot wait, eh? I'm looking forward to that.
And we're starting the podcast with a fucking bang, a $50 super chat to begin.
Oh, wow. Get in.
Fucking hell, unbelievable. What a start. Flash Blue. Can't wait for episode 100, fellas. Flash Blue.
Soon.
I can't thank you enough for these donations, my friend. Thank you very much for the $50 super chat. Unbelievable start to the show. Shout out to Flash Blue, and thank you for your consistent support, Flash Blue. I really appreciate that, and all the best to your mighty Canberra Raiders for the rest of the year. Yeah, so guys, this is episode 84 of the Rugby League Breakdown Podcast. Big show tonight. We got the game show tonight, me versus CJ.
Yep.
Lorenzo will be hosting it. It's going to be huge. I can't wait for that. Also, hello to the live chat. We've got a bit of a crowd starting to build up here now. SS Storm fan is here. Yeet boy. Luke Melbourne Storm fan, hello. Daniel Bate from the UK. Hello, Daniel. Hope you're well, my friend. Jim the Chooks fan. Who else is here? Fucking me. Cody Games PlayStation. Jason Reader, hello. Rippy. Josh RABBITOHS 2023. Hello to the live chat. Hope you guys are all doing well this evening. And hello to Faraz. That's just tuned in as well. All right, fellas. We've got a bit to talk about tonight on the podcast. Excuse me. Still got a bit of hay fever. Just getting over it. Daniel Bate in the chat says he's buzzing. Shout out to you. And also, shout out to Flash Blue as well. Hope you're well, Flash Blue. All right, boys. Are you ready?
Yep, let's get into it.
Let's review, boys.
Topic number 5. We're going to start off with the big breaking news. Jack Wighton has officially signed with the South Sydney Rabbitohs on a 3-year deal. He will be there in 2024, and his contract will expire in 2027. CJ, we all know you're over the moon about this. Obviously, South picking up Jack Wighton, an experienced player, a quality player. What's your take on this signing, bro? Do you like it? And how much of a game changer is this for the Rabbitohs?
Yeah, I love the signing of Jack Wighton coming to Souths. Former Clive Churchill winner, former Dally M medal winner. So it brings a lot of experience. His age will come in handy. I think the one thing that points this signing out to be fantastic is come Origin time, when we're going to be down on troops, he's going to play a big part as he is versatile. So it helps us. It's a great signing and the game changer. I say this as a South fan, this could be the signing that finally gets us to a trophy. Like, this is a big one. I can't wait to see him link up with the boys next year. It's a fantastic signing.
Fucking huge signing for Souths. Is going to play left centre, so the Rabbitohs, I'm not sure who will leave with their whole salary cap because they're gonna have to let someone go.
Yeah, I can name at least 3 players at this stage: Liam Knight, Blake Taff, and maybe Isaiah Tass or Thompson. We'll see what happens. Or Milne. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. ProEnzo, what's your take on this? Obviously, Jack Whiten, big name player, big game player. He's played in the grand final. He's played Origin. He's played for Australia. He's won a Dally M. He knows how to do it. He's won Clive Churchill in that grand final against the Roosters. How big is this signing for the Bunnies?
Oh, look, it's huge. I think this is a signing that could, it brings him closer to a premiership, I reckon. Like CJ said, I think that his inclusion will be big for those guys like Latrell, Cody Walker, and probably Johnson as well. I think him combining that left-hand side, if that's where he's going to play in that centre position, I think he'll be really good for that club. And obviously we know how good Jack Whiten is. He's a fantastic player. It was great for Canberra. So obviously Raiders fans will be pissed that they lost him, but I think it's a massive game for Souths. And I think he'll kill it there in the centres. I really do think he will.
I think this is a massive signing for the Rabbitohs. My only worry about it is if they let go of someone like a Tass, for example. Tass is a young kid. If I let go of him, for example, because Tass is going to be replaced now, where does that leave Isaiah Tass? Does he leave? Will he end up at a different club? Jack Whiten's, how old is Jack Whiten? 29, 30?
30. I think 30 now, yeah.
So they're signing a 30-year-old to play centre, and he's going to be, 33 by the time his contract runs out. So it's definitely a big gamble from the Rabbitohs to go after someone like Jack Whiten and let go of a young prospect in Tass. So, look, I can see it working good and bad for Souths, but I think Souths just desperately want a premiership. They want another premiership. They need another premiership. So I think they're just trying to do some business, whether it's controversial or not, and they want to get that premiership. And Jack Whiten's the sort of player that he can change a team. He can get them to that next step. So I think it's a great signing for South Sydney. But, gee, you got to feel for the Canberra supporters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fair. And, fair enough as well. If I was in
Do you think they'll boo him?
Yeah, they will.
This year, they can, but they can't. They also can't ride out what he's done for him for the last 12 years.
Yeah. No, it's massive. I'm telling you. Jack Whiten going to the Rabbitohs. I'll tell you what. I reckon the first game Canberra played back at GIO, because obviously this weekend they're at Wagga Wagga, then they're at Magic Round. I'm not sure who they play. Excuse me. I'm not sure who Canberra play at Canberra next, but Whiten will be booed out of the building, I'm telling you.
Well, it's funny. He's playing against us in a few weeks, so looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's at ANZ Stadium, isn't it? That's a Southside game.
So it'll be a bit strange, but it's a good signing. I'm really over the moon with it.
Do you think Jack Whiten dogged the Raiders here? Do you think he?
Yeah, if you want to put it in
took
that way,
a cheap shot here and left them high and dry, because it seems like Canberra don't have a backup plan for this now.
Well, look, all I'll say is I think it's obviously very tough for the fans to see someone like Jack Whiten leave because he's been there for so long. He's won a Daily M and a Clive Churchill in the grand final from in 2019 as well. And he's a fan favourite, obviously, so it hurt them, no doubt. Do I think he dogged them? Maybe because of the loyalty that he's been at the club for a long time and is a long-serving player. But at the end of the day, look, it's his call. He's entitled to what he can do. So I don't see the whole issue in it.
CJ, did Jack White dog the Canberra Raiders here or no?
Well, look, it's I don't blame Raiders fans for thinking that. Ricky was there with him for a lot of his down side, but at the same time, you get the opportunity to play with your best mates and come, attempt to win a title. A few players would take that option, but look, speaking unbiasedly, yeah, you could say he dogged him, but look, he's coming to play with his mates and he's just coming to win the comp.
I don't think he dogged him at all, if I'm being honest with you. He was off contract. Yeah. He was entitled to go to the market. He's allowed to go to open market. He's allowed to look at his options. Does he want to stay? Does he want to leave? What's he want to do? He doesn't have to stay in Canberra for his whole career. He's from New South Wales as well, so probably wants to be closer to Sydney, wants to win a premiership. Doesn't think he can do it at Canberra. They probably haven't got the squad to win a premiership anyway. I think he's well within his rights to do what he did, and it might be unpopular, but Jack Whiten did exactly what he was allowed to do in his contract and what he requested, and it was all fine. So Canberra can be upset all they want. I must say, the way Canberra are going about it, I think is really ridiculous. But Jack Whiten did what Jack Whiten was allowed to do. It was good on him.
Should have offered him something. But
mate, they offered him more money at Canberra. Jack Whiten got offered more money to stay at Canberra than he was to go to Souths.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
crazy. I'd leave Canberra too, to be honest. But
mate, Canberra and the Dolphins both paid more money than Souths, but he decided to go to Souths because he's playing with his mates and he reckons he's more of a chance to win a premiership. So he's taking less money, and fair play to him. And, money is not everything.
Jack White just spoke out on 9 News. He said that the big factor in coming to South was obviously the Indigenous connection. So that's fair enough. Can't knock 100%. That. Can't knock it. Yeah. So
just quickly for us with a super chat, $3 super chats. Love how people are jealous. South got White and laughing emoji. For us, thank you for the $3 super chat. And yes, a lot of people are very upset.
A few fucked comments, a bit much,
Anything else on this, boys? Just quickly, Jack Whiten going to South for 3 years. Will he win a premiership there?
Yeah. He'll win a title. He'll hoist the trophy eventually.
I'll say he will as well.
Last thing I'll say on this is I look forward to having him here, and we got this year to get through and see how we go next year as well.
I can visualize him on the trial holding the trophy. I don't know why.
Mate,
you can just see it, eh? It's just like you're staring at a wall for 20 minutes straight, just visioning stuff, and you say, "Oh, there it is."
I can see it.
Funny enough, we'll get to it later in the round 9 preview. But last night, I was in the bathroom, just sitting on the toilet. This is about 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just sitting there on the toilet, about to go to bed, and automatically I just move like this, and I picture Val Holmes kicking a field goal tomorrow night to beat the Sharks. So,
wow.
I can just see the vision in my head right now.
You talk about vision. You predicted Josh Kerr would leave last night. There's proof in the group chat. There's proof in the group chat.
The ball predictions. Yeah.
So last night we're all, we're having a bit of a chat about 12 o'clock last night. It was pretty late, and I fucking read in the chat, Josh Kerr will leave and he'll go to the Cowboys. Goes to the fucking Dolphins. Wasn't far off.
It's close enough. Queensland Club.
What a prediction. Well, let's move on to topic number 4 now. Should the Gold Coast sack Justin Holbrook? Well, I'll tell you what. After the other day, there's going to be some tough questions at the Gold Coast. Now, in case you guys don't remember, if you missed it on the weekend, I'll be surprised if you did. The Gold Coast Titans led 26-0 against the Dolphins, and they got run down 28-26. The biggest choke in NRL history. Typical from the Gold Coast. This is more than typical. I could not stop laughing. If you go back and watch my live reaction, I was literally in fucking cramps. I couldn't move. My hip and my ribs were absolutely gone. But the question has to be asked here, guys. Should the Gold Coast sack Holbrook? Should they move on from him? Because nothing's changing at the Gold Coast. They're the same team as last year. They haven't improved at all. I thought Kieran Foran was the saviour. Kieran Foran's an old man. He should retire. We said this at the start of the year. ProEnzo, me and you had a heated debate about this. Foran, he's old, he's slow, he's washed up. He hasn't got what it takes anymore. Mate, I know we're only going into round 9, but Foran's been injured. He looks slow, he looks old. Father Time is calling Foran's name. Should the Gold Coast move on from Holbrook, Lorenzo?
Well, I'll start with Foran. I think he hasn't been at his best. I will admit that. I don't think he has been all in all fantastic, but I think he's at least showing a bit more effort than half the Titans team. So I think that's a reflection of the Titans and how bad they are, because they don't show the same effort as Foran does when he's playing. But I think, it's not fair, because I don't think the Titans as a whole are a good club. And I think for Holbrook, I think he's a good coach personally. I mean, he wouldn't have won comps at St. Helens if he wasn't good. So I think he's already proven in somewhat way that he's actually worth something. So, but maybe Titans up the club for Holbrook. Like, maybe that's the case. Like, I still think he's good enough to stay there, but if he leaves, then, Titans will find someone else.
Just quickly, I need to get a live take, and we have another super chat. Flash Blue, another $30. Unbelievable stuff.
Oh, what?
He says, I don't know where this guy gets the money, but anyway, he goes, won't be surprised if the Raiders win the grand final without Jack Whiten. So if him and, I don't know what he's saying there, him and what? The Rabbitohs. Plus, I hope you lose tonight's game show. Fuck me. Fuck.
I mean, thanks for the $30 to insult me. I love you too, Flash Blue.
Fuck. Wait, so is he saying me lose the game show, or you say?
No, he's saying fuck him and Rabbits. Plus, I hope you lose the game show tonight. He's talking about me.
Oh no.
You donated $30 to insult me. Jack Whiten's actually come to a club that can play finals footy. Love you too, Flash Blue.
Flash Blue, I really appreciate that. That's $80 is donated. It's all banter here. It's all a bit of fun. But
money's good. So...
Flash Blue, thank you so much. Fuck, this guy's rich. Oh, he writes in the chat, CJ MOXLEY to lose tonight's game.
Bro, I didn't recruit him to the club. Why? Yeah,
it's a new rivalry, I think. Maybe.
It's not like
it's a rivalry building. Anyway, let's move on from that. We'll get to that later. CJ, the Gold Coast, they are a mess. They are in the same boat every single year. Holbrook's done a good job up there in patches. Should they move on from Holbrook?
Yeah, they should, but at the same time, it's not Holbrook's fault, I don't reckon. Holbrook's proven that he is a quality coach on his day. He led the Titans to the finals for the first time, and we all knew what he did in England. It's the Titans, the players. It's not Holbrook who's on the field. You're up 26-0. That should be game over, set match. They let themselves down there, but they should move on from him because obviously it's not really working out. Because at the same time, it's saying that we all got to remember in Holbrook's time here, every time they've held a 22-0 lead, like for example against the Broncos
last year. Remember we were at Penrith, the Panthers Cowboys, and then the game after it was Broncos Titans up at Suncorp. Titans led fucking 22-0 and they got run down.
I can remember 3 times where they've been up 20+0 and they've lost it. It feels like they get too complacent when they're up by that lead. So they should move on. And I do believe Holbrook won't coach the Titans in 2024.
Oh wow!
I can't see him being there beyond this year.
I spoke about this weeks ago. I think Dustin Holbrook's a terrific coach. It's not his fault that the 17 players for the Titans on the weekend couldn't fucking defend. a 26-0 lead. Some of his coaching tactics, I think, sometimes are a bit ordinary, but overall, I think he's a really solid coach. Obviously, had great success at St Helens. You know, I know it won't happen, but Holbrook should go back to Sydney and coach someone like the Dragons.
Oh yeah, you know what? That'd be a good pickup, I reckon. No, actually,
You wouldn't rule it out. You
Why
wouldn't
not?
rule it out.
I mean, what I think he come from Penrith, didn't he, originally?
Yeah, I believe so. Newcastle and Penrith, yeah.
The Newcastle Penrith way. I mean, look, I don't know about the Gold Coast going forward. I don't know what their future plan is. They continue to go around the same fucking merry-go-round every single year. Every time they gain a bit of progress, they just take 5 steps backwards. Happens every single time.
No, it's ridiculous.
You know,
It's ridiculous, really.
some people online would say, "Oh, the future's bright." What future? They don't have a fucking future the way they're going.
Yeah, in a fucking dumpster.
yeah, they don't function properly. That's the issue.
You know, you've got certain people who support the Titans that carry on like a bunch of fucking idiots. They just continue to lose every week.
Yeah,
Very good.
Titans, eh?
Very
They
typical.
they flirt more with chokes than content creators flirt with my ex-girlfriend. So let
Fair
that
enough,
be
isn't
known.
it?
Let that
Fair
be known real
enough.
quick.
Oh, that's gold.
But yeah, they gotta move on.
Mate, they got to do something. They got to do something. I don't know what they're doing, bro. Their fucking backline is so bad. You know what's funny about the Gold Coast? Their attack's very solid. Their attack ain't bad.
Yeah,
But their
attacks,
defense,
Yeah,
their defense is fucked.
they can attack, but they can't defend, and there's no use being a good attacking team you can't defend. So
I'm a
They
firm
need to
believer.
work on their fucking defense.
I'm a firm believer of defense wins premierships. So yeah, it's not going to work
You know
out
what?
from this year.
You know what? Let me just say this. Tino Fasua Malawi is a fucking horrible captain, man. I think he's a fucking terrible captain.
I don't mind him personally, bro.
look,
He's not a
that's-
fucking
that's
leader.
what-
He's not a fucking leader. He's fucked.
yeah. Well,
Who
I've
would you-
watched these fucking Titans closely over the last couple of weeks. I was there live in person to watch them against the Broncos the other week. They were fucking horrible in that second half. They got blown away.
yeah. But who would your captain be then? It's not Tino.
The Titans captain, well, to be completely honest with you, they haven't got many fucking options. It pains me to say this, but I'd probably go with fucking Brimson.
Ooh, Brimmer. I mean, he has been at the club all his life, hasn't
He's
he?
been there since like what, 2017? He started his NRL career.
It makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
He wouldn't be too
And
bad.
Brimson's
Brimmer.
always in the fucking team. I don't know who else that they have.
I reckon Jaden Campbell will be a captain in the future, but that's from
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
Bills.
he's still three or four years away from that. If
Yeah.
he's at the club still.
I think Ferrell's is all right.
If Foreign's the captain, they might as well just fucking play fucking grandpa rugby league in fucking wheelchairs or something.
Oh, he's a
Fucking
leader,
sticks.
but yeah,
I wouldn't mind Foreign, bro, but
he's a leader.
Yeah.
So
He can't even stay fit for 3 games, the poor bugger.
just this year.
Poor Oz.
That's all right.
Hashtag Foreign deserves better. Fuck.
yeah, get Foreign out of there, man.
We'll see how it goes this Saturday, I guess. Hopefully not.
Oh,
He won't even fucking make the game the way he's going, bro. I'm telling you, he will pull a groin before kickoff. Way he's going.
It helps us then, doesn't it?
Fucking hope he's all right.
The Kieran Foreign Cup.
Manly 30 plus. All right. Let's move on to topic number 3 now. And, well, controversial topic, this one. Oh, poor old Victor Radley, man. Victor Radley charged for a head clash. Now, let me just start by saying I have seen the vision of this Radley tackle, head clash, whatever the fuck you want to call it, on Molo several times. And there's one camera angle that shows it's a head clash, just full on head. And there's another camera angle that shows he goes in with the shoulder.
Yeah, the one after
So
back.
there's two different angles here that sort of give you two different views on it. Me personally, I reckon he went in with the shoulder and he hit him with the shoulder to the head. So I reckon the sin bin was fine, but I can understand why a lot of people would be upset and angry about the whole thing. CJ, you're a Rabbitohs supporter. You obviously don't give a shit about the Roosters, but Radley, was it a shoulder to the head? Was it a head clash? What's your view on it?
Yeah, like you said, I've looked at it a few times on each angle. I didn't really think it was that bad as I did last night.
Yeah.
But it did look like a shoulder to the head from the angle I seen anyway. I think it's on NRL or Nine's Instagram, the angle that I saw. So it did look like a shoulder. But then you look at it from the Fox League angle and it looks like a head clash. It's very strange. I wouldn't have sin binned him, but a penalty, if you want to give that, yeah, all right. But look, I don't think he deserves to be charged as much as I don't like him. Sometimes rugby league's just that game. That's just my opinion.
Mate, these fucking referees, right? They have 6,669 fucking camera angles, I swear to God, in that bunker.
Yeah, they only use
way too many.
Oh my God, how many fucking times do I have to do this?
I want to see it from the side so I can get a definite answer on it.
I'll tell you what makes it look bad when they played in super slow-mo.
Yeah. I hate when they do it with anything. It's just
played in real time. The game's not played in super slow-mo. Never has. Fuck. ProEnzo, what's your view on the tackle?
Sim bin in our opponent.
Look, when I was watching it live, I instantly thought that it was a shoulder to the head. Like I that's how I saw it at first. But I don't know. It seemed like he also made an accidental collision there with his head. So I don't really think the sin bin and the charge is necessary. Like I guess whenever there's a shoulder to the head, it's obviously charge worthy. So maybe it was worth looking into. But it depends what happened first. Was it the shoulder to the head or the head-on collision? And look, I don't think it's anything too serious, to be honest. And I think there's a case to make that the game's gone soft here, but look, I don't know. I don't think it's awful.
It's not as bad. Not intent, I guess you could say.
Man, I'll tell you what. If we're gonna start fucking suspending players for head clashes, we're in fucking trouble. Big trouble here. Now, Radley's looking at 2 weeks on the sideline here. I would challenge the living fuck out of this.
Yep.
He should.
I would challenge it. If I was Radley, I'd challenge it.
If he's fair dinkum, he challenges it. If he's confident, he challenges it.
I reckon he
will.
Yeah, he will.
The Roosters might just cop it because obviously they have a 5-day turnaround. They're going to head over to New Zealand and play the Warriors this weekend. Robinson might just go, you know what? Just cop it. Fuck it. Because of the whole short turnaround thing. But fuck me. There's no way you let this slide, guys. Like, you challenge it. You got to challenge this.
They will. And you know what's funny? With Nick Politis being involved with this whole thing, I think he'll get off it. I reckon he'll get off because of that.
Yeah, and you know what? There isn't much in it. I mean, for him to be charged is ridiculous. Even if it was a shoulder, there wasn't a whole lot in it to, for it to be a suspension.
To be suspended, no. Either way, to be suspended, no. I'm laughing, but
even if his shoulder hit him first in the head, I still think he should be all good to play. Should be free to play.
It wasn't as bad as what we've seen in the past.
Boys, just quickly,
inconsistent.
Is there a conspiracy against Radley? Because I swear it seems like he's getting targeted.
It's just because of his track record is what, like, it happens with players. It's just because he has a negative track record, I guess. When they see something like that, they go, "Yep, he's done it."
Look, I think it's on him. Like, most of the time it's on him, but maybe in this situation it was an accident. Can't do much about it.
Yeah, I've been having a good look at all these charges out over the year. We've seen the hip drop, the crackdown on the high contact, and I was on TikTok the other day watching content creator on TikTok there, Hectic Fred, and he was losing his shit about the hip drop stuff. And, you know, now we're back on this fucking shoulder to the head stuff, which needs to. Drives me insane.
Look, it drives you insane, doesn't it? Yeah.
I can't believe it's charged for. I mean, you know what?
It's gonna happen again. It's gonna be fucking annoying.
It's not even the referee's fault. It's the way the match review committee charge them after the games.
Yeah, it's not the ref. It's the judiciary.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The judiciary are the worst, bro.
I think a lot of people get this misconception that refs make the decision. The bunker made the decision.
The bunker makes the call, the referee just goes what the bunker said.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's move on. Topic number 2 now, and some news the other day. I swear we hear this every single bloody year. So, topic number 2, the NRL aiming to kick off season 2024 with a double header in Las Vegas, which is very interesting. We hear about this every year, I swear. I think last year they were talking about having Manly and Souths.
Yeah, that's the
there.
2 teams.
It's not going to happen.
Russell Crowe and Hugh Jackman or whatever, they can promote it. Now, I did some research on this today, boys, and apparently Peter V'landys and Andrew Abdo are heading over to the US in about 2 weeks' time just to have some talks with the NFL networks and all that sort of stuff. Try and get a double header in Las Vegas for round 1 next year. What's your take on it, ProEnzo? Do you like the idea to promote the game over in America? Getting a crowd might be the tricky part, but what's your take on this whole thing? NRL trying out a double header in the USA.
Well, you know what? I think before they have an NRL game that gets hosted in Las Vegas, I think they should just have it as a trial first. Like, have it as a trial. I think you're going to see how the crowd turns out and how the whole, I guess, talk up and all the hype goes going into the game in America. So I don't think it's right to have it straight away in a NRL match. Like the trial matches, I think works best. So that's how I sort of started off as. But like I said on my podcast on Monday, the Ankle Breaker podcast, I think it's not the best idea. Like I don't think it works with time zones and whatever. Because I think they are their time's completely different to ours. So I don't think it's going to work. Unless you find a way to make it work, I don't know. But either way, I'm not whole onto the fact that they're going to look at having a game in America. I don't like it.
Yeah. What about you, CJ? What's your take on this?
No, I think it's fucking stupid. So you're going to tell me you're going to bring a game to Las Vegas when, February or January or something? Or is it the actual season?
Actual season, round 1. So
you're going round 1. So in the peak of the NBA season is when they're going to have it.
NFL too.
NFL finals, not going to work. So also, Russell Crowe and Hugh Jackman can promote it all they want. So what's the plan here? You play one NRL game and fuck off. Like, what's that?
No. A double header at the one venue where they can get like a big crowd.
Once? Yeah. What? They piss off and never come back. What's that?
It won't be big.
Yeah. Well, a crowd of fucking 600. Look, honestly, I don't see it working. I know they're going to bring big clubs over, but realistically, I can't imagine. Like, why do we want to expand to America? What does that do for us? Yes, it brings the game worldwide, but I just don't see the point. I really don't. Financially, it's good for the NRL as well. So I guess looking at that, it's a good idea. But personally, it just doesn't work out for me at all.
All right, I'll give you my opinion on it. Now it's a tricky one. It's a tough one to work out. So I have had a change of heart. I actually like the idea.
Really? Right, give us your reason.
I was listening to Paddy G talk about it the other night on the chat and Champa. You know what? I think an NRL game might be a risk, but take a trial game over there to start with. Take 4 teams over, have 2 trial games at the one venue, promote it like it's a finals game, get as many people as you can in. Obviously, you've got to go to the right venue because you don't want to interrupt, you know, the NBA and the NFL. You've got to try and work out the time slots and all that sort of stuff as well. A double header as a trial game, I think could work. The clubs that are interested, I've heard the Roosters, I've heard Manly, I heard Souths were not interested, but apparently Russell Crowe would just convince them. So you throw Souths in there as well.
Brisbane and Para.
Melbourne have thrown their hand up in there as well. So you've got Rabbitohs, Roosters, Manly, and Melbourne, the 4 clubs that will head over there, which would be great. Apparently, if Melbourne didn't go, apparently Penrith would put their hands up. So they've got options there. Now, you take a game to America, you promote it, you advertise it over there. You're taking the game globally. You're promoting the game in a different country, which is hard to do, but it's not going to hurt the NRL because you go online and you watch all these Americans and they react to NRL and all this, big hits, best tries and all that, best moments.
Yeah.
They're freaking out because there's no helmets. They're freaking out because of the contract. They love what they see. I think they would absolutely love it. But first, you take a trial game there. Take a trial game. Don't go straight to round 1 of our season. 2 of our games are going to be in America. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Have a trial game first. I think this would be. It's good for the game. You're promoting it, and you look at other sports, boys. Rugby union go to fucking Africa. You've got the hockey, the NHL. They're coming to fucking Melbourne in September. So, I mean, the NRL might as well give it a crack and see what happens. I mean, the worst that's going to happen is it'll be a shit crowd and no one will care.
Might happen.
Bro, I just don't.
You got Russell Crowe promoting it. You got Hugh Jackman promoting it. You got the NFL, Fox, the NFL on Fox. They will promote it because they'll get paid good enough money to promote the NRL match. So I think it's worth a go, but do it as a trial game.
Yeah, it might be worth a go, but what? Go to America once and then that's all?
Bro, the AFL went to fucking Japan the other year, didn't they?
China, I think.
China. Is that where they went?
Yeah.
Why is the NRL not doing this shit? We need to expand the game. We need to get people in different countries watching the game.
I'm just not a fan of clubs missing out on fucking home games to go to bloody America.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a trial game.
Yeah, if you want to do a trial game, test it out, whatever. But fuck, I don't really see not much benefit in it.
Look, I'm definitely against like a round 1 fixture over there, but a trial game, why the hell not?
You want to go ahead and do it, but it has to work out. That one trial game, it has to work. Otherwise, they can't do this again.
I mean,
how about a trial only?
If we had a trial game over in America and we got, a reasonable crowd and Hollywood stars like Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe, even The Rock, they would all promote the living fuck out of it.
Oh, yeah, that's good for the game, and obviously the money and the viewership will be good. I'm
just saying, AFL taking it to a different country, fucking Rugby union going to South Africa every year. They are kicking our ass with promoting the game, globally.
Yeah, but bro, I just want to say, if this works out in Las Vegas, and I mean it, there are genuinely going to be people who want a team there. Like it happened in
that would never happen.
People wanted a team in Los Angeles, and it nearly fucking happened. But look, I think it's good viewership wise, and hey, I wouldn't mind getting up for a footy game at 9:30 in the morning, but
I'm not complaining. Fucking
perspective.
10 a.m. kickoff. It's the Rabbitohs versus the Seagulls.
That'd be fucking.
I imagine that NRL trial game, week 1 of the NRL trials. kicking off on Monday morning at 10 a.m. The Rabbitohs versus the Sea Eagles. Live from fucking Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I need my
look-
fucking pancakes coming. What even?
Look, start off like this as a trial. I agree on that idea, but I don't know. Does it work long term? I don't know.
All right. Well, let's move on to topic number 1, shall we? And boys, are you happy with the NRL refs? So basically, the refereeing so far this year, it's been a bit up and down. There's been a lot of bad calls though over the the hip drops and sin bins and all this other shit. ProEnzo, are you happy with the way the game's been officiated at the moment with the referees?
Look, I'll be honest, not really. I don't think there's I think in the early parts of the year it's been a lot better. Like I think they've dealt with a few calls better than last year and previous years, but they are still struggling to find them in the bunker, they're still struggling to find the actual consequence for like a hip drop. I think they're really struggling on that one. Because I think there's times where they just don't know how to, I guess, deal with it. So it makes it hard for everyone to understand why they make these calls on a hip drop. As for sin bins, I read the other day that there's already been over 20 sin bins this year. Already over 20. And it's too much. Like that's way too much. That's
Only
like
been 9 weeks, 8 weeks.
You know, that's like Magic Round 2021, that sort of stuff. So I just think while the referee's been better, they are still making some pretty bad calls behind the scenes.
What's your take on it, CJ?
Yeah, I'm a bit in between with the refs. I'm not satisfied, but I don't think they've been doing horrible. I do think for me, it really comes down to the inconsistency of the calls. For example, you got your, just your basics, your hip drops, your, 6 agains, your captain's challenge even. Look, there's been times where refs have made some really tough calls this year, but I don't think it's been as bad as it has been recently. So for me, I'll say I'm okay with the refs this year. They haven't really pissed me off as much as they used to.
I think I'm about to piss off a lot of people.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
I believe the NRL referees have been outstanding this year.
Outstanding.
I reckon they've been great.
Outstanding. Wow.
This is coming from a guy that watched his team lose a prelim final last year thanks to a 65,000-metre forward pass from Mitchell Moses.
Yeah, Grant Atkins was the ref. Never trust that fucker.
Don't fucking talk to me about Grant Atkins.
Fuck.
Now, I think there are some referees that are all over the place, but overall, I think the referees have done a great job to start the year. I think they've been very good. I think they've been pretty consistent. I think, obviously, the hip drop is the main issue at the moment. I think the third man in bullshit, the shoulders to the head. There are a couple of the main problems, but it's not even the referee's fault. It's what the NRL tell them to do. It's what the referee. It's what the bunker tells them to do. It's what because the referees they're constantly judged every week, every day. It's not all the referee's fault. They're just doing what they're fucking told. It's like you go to work and you do something that you're not particularly agree with, but you still do it because it's part of your job. Get on with it. So, look, it's controversial, the whole referee thing at the moment, but if I had to give the referees a rating out of 10, I'd give them a solid 7 out of 10 of them so far this year. I reckon I've been great.
I'll give them a 5.5.
Yeah, I reckon just
5.5.
Yeah. Just 5.
I just think as well, we talk about the sin bins and whatnot. I'd say 50% of them are probably because of set restarts and professional fouls, and I reckon there's another half of them that are probably just hip drops and high tackles.
Yeah.
It seems that way, yeah.
It's mostly the hip drops that get the refs in.
The hip drops are the main issue at the moment.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is coming from me. We lost a fucking prelim last year because of a referee and a 65,000-metre forward pass.
That still hurts.
You would think that I'm critical of him.
They've been better than recent years. I'll give them
There's
that.
only been 2 games this year, I reckon, where there's been robberies. I mean, the Broncos against Canberra was a robbery, and there was another game this year where I thought it was very dodgy as well.
What's the other one?
Last night was pretty bad in the Warriors game against the Storm. Obviously, the knock-on from Remus Smith, which led to the Melbourne try to put him in front. That was an issue. But that was the bunker. The bunker didn't even fucking...
Mate,
that was the bunker.
The bunker has been fucking shit this year. The refs have been mid.
The bunker's the problem.
Yeah.
The referee on field's doing a good job. The bunker's terrible.
The bunker needs work. That's clear.
Mate, honestly.
No, the bunker needs a fucking nuclear bomb under it and blow the gun up. That's what the bunker needs.
Mate, as well.
Had enough of the bunker.
Oh, mate.
All right, well, that's all the topics out of the way. Fellas, it's time.
Bring it on.
Here we go.
Okay.
Episode 84 of the Breakdown Podcast begins, or it's going to end very soon. We've got the Breakdown Podcast game show. And if you missed it, this week, CJ Moxley versus me, Nick from Australia.
Wow.
Now, I got off the phone to Susan before we came on the air tonight, and Susan has sent the odds through to nickbet.com.au, and the odds are in. CJ Moxley is the favourite tonight at $3, and yours truly, Nick from Australia, is at a very nice price of $6.
The outsider.
So not bad as well. Before I hand it over to Lorenzo, because he's going to host the game show, as everybody would fucking know by now, if you reveal any answers in the live chat, you will be banned for 5 minutes. You do it again, you'll be blocked. Everyone knows the rules.
Yep, simple as
Do not reveal any fucking answers. ProEnzo, over to you, bro.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Yep.
All right. Question number 1. For this Saturday's game between Manly and the Titans, who's the 18th man for the Sea Eagles?
Aaron Woods.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, fuck off.
It was funny because Lorenzo's post for his team just came up before the podcast.
You're kidding.
You remembered from there. Fuck.
You're kidding.
Aaron Woodsy.
Yeah, well,
CJ 1-0. Shit. All right.
All right. 1-0. On to the next one. What was the score last time between the Roosters and the Warriors played in round 2 at Allianz?
22-16.
22-14 Roosters.
Both wrong.
22-18.
No.
20-12 Roosters.
Yeah, Nick got it.
Yes.
1-1.
I knew
1-1.
it was an 8-point game. I fucking knew it was 8. I just couldn't get the score.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Correct.
That's right.
Fuck yeah. 1-1. Let's go.
Oh, intense. All right. On to the next one. Who is wearing jersey 22 for the Bulldogs this Sunday?
Carl Oluwapu, or whatever his name is.
No.
Fuck.
Jackson Tapine.
No.
Jersey 22. Harrison Edwards.
No.
Fuck. Biondo Otto?
No. No.
Is it Kyle Flanagan?
No. Close, though.
Fuck.
Oh, close. Fuck. Who could it be?
Oh my god. Fuck, I don't even know this one.
Let me know if you want to move on.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, next question. Who was it?
It was Jarrell Skelton.
I never want to go for it.
All right.
Right, our next question. Still 1-1.
All right. Who is 18th man for the Panthers this Saturday against the Tigers?
Jack Cogger.
No.
Thomas Jenkins.
No.
Chris Smith.
No.
Fucking. Is it? Fuck. Leota?
No.
Fuck
18th
me.
man, eh? Fuck. Is it Jesse McLean?
No.
I haven't got a fucking clue.
Oh, 18th man. Is it Fisher Harris?
No, I'll give you a hint if you want.
Yeah, all right.
Matt Osmond.
No. This player's position is a back rower.
Back row.
Louis Garner.
Correct.
Yes, Garner.
Correct.
For some reason, I was going to say wheat-gutted dog, but it's not.
Luke Garner. Yes. All right. 2-1. Come on.
2-1.
Fuck, bro.
All right.
So
2-1.
hard.
All right.
It's harder than it looks, people in the chat.
So on tomorrow's game, who is the 18th man for the Sharks now?
Is it fucking that Hazelton guy?
No.
Perotti.
No.
Jesse Cole.
Correct.
Who?
Jesse Cole.
Colahune.
Hang on. We need a timeout.
No,
Someone in the chat revealed the answer,
No,
apparently.
no, fuck.
Oh,
off.
no. That's the Gerald Skelton one.
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna say.
He's still
there's
getting
no fucking
banned.
way. Yeah, he's still getting banned
No,
anyway.
no one revealed my answer to the other one, though. I know that.
Bro, I thought someone said the chat. I was
No,
like,
hang on. What is it? 2-all?
Yeah,
it's
2-1.
your-
Fuck.
Wow. Tiebreaker. Jesus. Okay.
I will scream fuck if I don't win this.
All right. Now,
Right,
I've got a...
Last one. Last question.
Yeah, all right. I've got a very tough one now. Okay,
Oh,
so obviously Max Fairguy's playing on the wing this week for the Dragons. What year was the last time he played an NRL game? Like, what was the last year he played an actual NRL game?
2022, wasn't it?
No.
2021.
No.
Wait, which player is it?
Max Fairguy.
Oh, 2020.
Yeah, correct.
Fuck!
Correct.
No!
Good
CJ gets up.
Good game.
You're fucking kidding.
I
I'm
actually
shocked.
enjoyed that. I enjoyed hosting that.
I'm shocked with the Jesse Cole. I want to be honest. I just had a random.
Fuck.
No, good game. That was crazy.
No,
I
that's
enjoyed
fucked.
hosting. I enjoyed that.
I called robbery.
On what?
Oh no, robbery shit. Oh,
On
no.
what grounds?
What grounds? I'm Nick from Australia.
Yeah, let's just give Nick the win.
I'm only joking. Good game.
Yeah, good game.
What's
We
good?
got called a clown. That's nice.
Fuck. All right. No, that was good. That was a good game. Everyone
next-
cheering on CJ. How about that? Get that up here.
It always
Wait.
happens for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't
CJ's
know.
like a fucking fanboy or something.
Oh well, it's better than being booed every week like me, so it's all right.
I just pay him. No.
Yeah.
I've got a
Anyway,
question about
let's
the game.
go through the tips
All right, we'll do that.
for this weekend, fellas. Round 9 NRL tips. Tomorrow night, Sharkies versus the mighty Cowboys. Qualifying final rematch from last year. Who we got? CJ, who you got tomorrow?
Yeah, mate. Sorry, I've actually got the Sharkies,
Typical.
Now, I do got a 1-12 because every time you use verse, it's always close. Sharks by 8,
Fair
I'll go
enough, fair enough.
24-16. First try, Mulatalo.
Lorenzo?
Sorry, but Sharks 1-12 as well, and I've also got Matt Warren scoring at any time.
Not that old fucking not that old fucking Mr. Burns looking cunt, Matt Moylan. Fuck me. Cowboys 1-12. So hopefully anyway. Friday night, 6 o'clock, Parramatta versus Newcastle.
Eels 1-12 and Mike Estevo for a try.
Yeah, okay.
It was by 6, 20-14. First try, Penasini.
I'm going Newcastle 1-12. Absolutely no confidence.
Wow.
Nah, they're in better form, so I can see why.
Friday night, Broncos, Rabbitohs, Suncorp Stadium. Who wins this one?
Oh.
I've got South 1-12, and I reckon Kotoni Staggs will score first though.
Ooh.
Look, I am not going to play it up, but the Broncos are missing a few troops, as are we. But obviously, I'll back my boys. Big test here. South by 4, 18-14, first try. I'm going to do it. Jair again.
I'm also tipping South Sydney 1-12 on Friday night. Just quickly in the chat, Flash Blue says $10 super chat. Tipping Raiders all the way. all the best. And
Yeah.
we'll get to that game right now. Saturday, 3 o'clock. Raiders, Dolphins from Wagga Wagga.
I got the Finns by 12 points, and I reckon you and Aiken will score first.
I'm going the Dolphins, 1-12.
Yeah, Fins up. Dolphins by 10.
Fins up!
Fins up.
Finns up.
Saturday, 5:30, you've got Manly versus the failed Titans.
Well, I'll be there, and obviously it's the day before my birthday, so they better win this one. So I'll tip us 1-12, but look, I think it'll be tight actually, and I'll go with Ruben Garrick for a try.
What do you reckon, CJ?
Manly by 12. Daly Cherry Evans first try.
I'll go Manly 69 plus.
I hope so. I love that.
Panthers and Tigers. I think we'll keep this one short and sweet.
Yeah, Penrith by 100.
Yeah. CJ?
Penrith by 44 points.
Penrith by 6,000 cocks.
Wait.
I don't know. The Tigers are fucked.
Yeah,
They're
they're
fucked.
fucked.
Sunday, 2 o'clock. Warriors, Roosters in New Zealand.
Tough one, but I had the Roosters here by 4, and I reckon what's his name again? Who's playing wing for the Roosters this week? Corey Allen, isn't it?
Corey Allen.
Yeah, I think he'll score a try.
Fat fucking.
Go on, Moxley.
Yeah, look, Warriors by 4. I just think being in New Zealand. Warriors by 4. SJ to score.
I'll go Roosters 1-12. No confidence though. And final game, Dragons and the Dogs at Wollongong.
You know what? I took the Bulldogs here by 1-12 as well. I think they'll win by about maybe 6 points, if I'm being honest. And I reckon Braden Burns the first try.
Yeah, CJ.
I'll go Dragons by 10. Terrell Sloan.
I'll go Dragons by a fucking flip of the coin. Dragons 1-12. No confidence.
Fair enough.
All right. ProEnzo, CJ, thank you for a great episode of the podcast.
That's all right.
I've been
Thanks very
feeding in
much.
the game show. It's been a great show, boys. I look forward to next week's podcast live from my house.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be
That's
fun.
gonna be
Looking forward to that.
Looking forward to that
Next
one.
Thursday night.
Great
We might
podcast.
need alcohol.
Oh.
We might need alcohol.
Yeah, get it all out. Get it all out.
We'll negotiate after the show.
CJ, mate, good luck to the RABBITOHS on Friday night.
Yep. Good luck to your Cowboys tomorrow.
And ProEnzo, good luck against the Gold Coast Saturday, and happy birthday for Sunday, my friend.
Yeah, that's
thanks,
right.
bro. And hopefully they get a win.
They fucking better win. Fuck them Titans, bro. You won't hear the end of it from those fucking supporters.
Yeah, there's too much, aren't they?
Too much fucking failure and fucking poison at that club. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching episode 84 of the Rugby League Breakdown podcast. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to ProEnzo and CJ on YouTube. Their YouTube channels are in the link below in the description. Anyway, guys, until next time, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. And see you guys tomorrow for the Sharks versus Cowboys live reaction. Come on, you Cowboys. And as always, everyone, take care. And we'll see you guys all in the next one. Fucking game show. Fuck! Fuck, CJ. Fuck!